Hi guys! We're really excited today to show you a new system we've created. It's a system where basically we can generate infinite NPCs that all look distinct and have many different ethnic features and lots of different hairstyles. So we're super excited and Ben's gonna get into it.
Yeah, so this is the first time you guys have seen our character model. We actually have a male and a female model right now. The whole point of making this character creator, obviously character creators are not new, right? But we wanted to make sure that because this is a simulated world with lots of different NPCs, we wanted to make sure that they all, look different. And also we want to give the player control to make themselves however they want to be. Because it is an RPG. You don't usually see these kind of detailed character creators in an RPG indie game. So we wanted to make sure we included that.
Yeah. And importantly, we have a very impasto style that we're going for. You guys aren't going to see it here today, but I actually redid the trees based on one of the commenters' comments saying that it needs to be more detailed, more impasto. So we used that process that I developed for the updated tree that's not in game now to make the hair, which for now I don't think is quite there. We're using kind of a Fortnite style where it's all one mesh, right? But I think that doing this impasto style with cards might get us closer to something that feels more like hair but is still stylized and impressionistic. So this is a placeholder for now. Also, importantly, our eyebrows are currently inverted, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, we have basically controls for everything you would expect. You can change the skin tone, the hair color. You can obviously change these independently if you want. We have this sort of procedural recoloring. So we have this base color that was authored. It's sort of like a pink. And then we can do hue shifting dynamically in the shader. So you can make, a blonde character if you want. You can make the color darker so it becomes more of a dark orange. We're probably not going to expose these as sliders. Instead, there might be a palette because it's really easy to kind of make colors that don't really make sense for our world. That'll be up to Tali, obviously.
Yeah.
We also have control over, of course, the eye color. So we can do heterochromia, for example, where you have different eye colors. We use a sort of a color mask so you can change the different parts of the eye independently. So you can change the pupil, you can change the sclera, you can change the eye itself, or the iris itself as well. So you can create sort of heroic characters. We're going to have sort of these hero characters that generate in our world. They may have some of the more crazy features, and then we'll use different generations for characters that are just kind of your normal ones. So we also have morphs, of course. So the way morphs work in games is you're basically just taking your base mesh that you made as a character and you kind of smoosh it into different forms, and then you can blend between these different forms based on sliders. Talia, maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So essentially we have multiple body styles. So we have thin, we have slightly overweight, we have muscular, and our morphs can hit any point in that gradient. For the face itself, we have a ton of morphs, lots of eyebrow morphs, because those are in particular extremely important to get a lot of variance in the facial structure and the appearance of a different person. We have differences in canthal tilt. So that's kind of a range of technically it's feminine to masculine, but really it just denotes exposure to estrogen in the womb. But it's an important part of what makes people look very different is the canthal tilt of the eyes. We have many, many different lips, noses, profiles. So altogether, when these things combine in different gradients, you sort of have an infinite spread of NPCs that can generate.
Yeah, which I'll place some of those NPCs down. So we already have capability to do that. Let me turn off their AI so they don't just start running around everywhere. So I'm just going to spread some out here randomly. We can just go look at them. I probably should have disabled the names for this video. Sorry. We just have a bunch of randomly generated names.
Yeah. Importantly, we only have 2 hairstyles right now because we're in the middle of testing. So
yeah, we kind of just got started with the stuff. But you can see we have male and female. The legs disappearing. That's because they don't have leather pants models. Ignore that. You can see just kind of randomizing the sliders, just completely randomly. We get a lot of different characters that look reasonably different. Obviously with different hairs it would go much further, and usually they kind of end up a little ugly, which is kind of what we want when you're doing completely random. But what we might do to make hero characters more pretty or whatever more often is have sort of these templates that we use, and then we randomize off of those sort of pre-authored templates to get a little bit better proportions rather than just going completely random. But even the completely random ones often don't really look that bad.
Yeah. It was important to me also to get the features of many different races Just because, like, for me, for example, when I'm playing a video game, like, if I want to make myself, it's almost impossible. Because, like, red and afro aren't things that you see in video games. And to be honest, afro isn't something you see in video games. Braided hairstyles, right? There's so many amazing hairstyles out there that I think that video games miss because we're kind of stuck in one way of thinking and we don't explore other cultures and aesthetics. So for me, it's really important that we are going to be going out of the box with a lot of these styles. So hopefully, whoever you are, if you want to make yourself, you can make yourself.
Hopefully. And then, you know, we're going to have mod support too, so you'll be able to, of course, make character customization mods as well.
Yeah, so hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll have an updated hairstyle that looks a lot better and some more armor sets. It's very exciting, though. We're very proud of this.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the character creator stuff and show you our character models for the first time. There's a lot more to come. We're going to have creatures and all sorts of things as well. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.